Shalom Aleichem and welcome back to our Shirin Sfasemis Parshas Bamidbar Tavshin Peivav. The Sfasemis brings down often. It is Mamar Parshas Bamidbar, a medrash which goes ahead and describes what took place by Matan Torah. The Shemayim opened up and Kavayachal with the Rabban Hashem came down 22,000 Malachim which had flags, and Klal Yisrael saw the flags of the Malachim, and Klal Yisrael said Halavai that we would be Zeiche to be able to go ahead and have flags. The Rabban Hashem saw that they were interested in having flags. Amar Lam HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Manas Avasim, what's your taiva lasses to Golem to have flags? Chayechem, says the Rabban Hashem, I promise you, Shenei Yamala Mashaloseichem, as the pasuk says, Yamala Hashem Kol Mashaloseichem. You want flags? The Rabban Hashem says, I'm going to go ahead and give you flags. Mayad Hidi HaKadosh Baruch Hu Oisem Li Yisrael. The Rabban Hashem told Klal Yisrael, told Moshe Rabbeinu, Leich Oisel Oisel the Golem, go ahead and make for Klal Yisrael flags. And those are the flags that are mentioned in our parsha, the flags that every Shevet had. Those are the flags that Klal Yisrael got as a direct result of them going ahead and wanting to have flags like the Malachim had. Frekta Heligas Fasemis in the year Tafresh Nun Gimel. What's this avoida of the flags? Why does Klal Yisrael want the flags? What does it mean that the Rabban Hashem said, I'm going to fulfill your desire and give you the flags? Does it have any relevance to us, the fact that Klal Yisrael got flags? What was the Maila? What was the Ratzin? What was the Taiva of Klal Yisrael to go ahead and have flags? What was this Indian? What was the avoida of Klal Yisrael going ahead and being connected to this Indian of the Golem, something that only the Malachim had up until this point, and when Klal Yisrael desired it, Klal Yisrael asked for it, they were able to get it. Says the Heligas Fasemis and Tafresh and Gimel, Ki nishmasan shal b'nei Yisrael, nishtalchu ba'olam hazeh ben ha'umois v'im kan b'mikra. The neshamas of Klal Yisrael, of each and every Yid in Klal Yisrael, is sent down here into olam hazeh, amongst the nations of the world. V'heim kan b'mikra. We're here b'mikra. We're only here b'mikra. This is not the real place we're supposed to be. The real place we're supposed to be is Tachas Kisei HaKavod, in Gan Eden, in Olam Haba. The real place is supposed to be is in a state of ultimate dveikus, and we're sent down here in order to go ahead and be sent on a mission, to go ahead and to serve the Rabban Hashem in this world, to be able to get schar in Olam Haba, to be able to go ahead and be able to get back to Gan Eden. But the ultimate purpose, says this Vasemes, is for a neshama to be in a much more elevated state, for a neshama to be in a totally ruchniya state, and us being sent down here to this world is only b'mikra. Ki umas ba'olam hazeh be'etzim u'bnei Yisrael b'mikra. The umas ha'olam are here in this world be'etzim. This is where they belong. They don't have a chelik elokei mimal inside of them. They don't have a neshama like we do. And memela, this is their place. This is the place that they're meant to be. Klal Yisrael, Nishmas Yisrael. Every neshama in Klal Yisrael is only here b'mikra. Olam hazeh is doimel praise olam haba. This is only a waiting stage to get to the ultimate state. And therefore says this Fas Emes in the fascinating words, Ki umas ha'olam. Nishmas Yisrael is only here b'mikra. It's only temporarily. This is not the ultimate state of any neshama in Klal Yisrael to be down here in Olam Hazeh, and befrat when we're amongst the nations of the world, Beina Umais, we're in Golas. That's for sure not the place that we're supposed to be. Says this Vasemes, Ulechein kashen es gala lahem HaKadosh Baruch Hu b'Har Sinai. What took place by Har Sinai? There was a tremendous gilui. Aside from us getting the Torah, there was a gilui of the Rabban Shalom Kaviyachol by Har Sinai. For Chazru Lizdabek. At that moment of our Sinai, Klal Yisrael went ahead and reattached ourselves back to the place that's ultimately ours, back to the place that's really the place that Neshama is really able to feel at home. We're able to go ahead and attach ourselves back to the place of Einod Mavadai, back to the place of Dveikas, back to Shemayim, and Nishmas Yisrael felt at peace once again. Up until that moment, and ever since then, Nishmas Yisrael feels lost in this world. It feels like it's only here b'mikra. This is not the ultimate place. We don't feel at home. We feel like we're traveling from hotel to hotel, but we don't feel really at home. At the moment of Matan Torah, says this Vasamas, that was the moment that Klal Yisrael felt finally at peace, that Nishmas Yisrael attached itself to Nishmasan, to the Neshama El Yoina, and Memela Klal Yisrael felt at peace. V'loi ratzu lachser lo'ilam hazeh, and Klal Yisrael said, we don't want to leave. Nafshi yotze b'dibar. Our Neshama went ahead and attached itself. Our Neshama finally felt at peace, finally felt at home. Klal Yisrael said, we don't want to go back to Olam Hazeh. Kedei isa b'medrash ha-Torah chzir nishmas Yisrael. The Torah went ahead and was machser the Nishmas Yisrael ba'oimra, as the pasuk says, as the medrash says, yesh lecha isa simcha v'hareg anushe beisai. Could it be that the Rabban Hashem is going to go ahead and make a simcha of Matan Torah, and all of Klal Yisrael is going to go ahead and die, and therefore the Torah came before the Rabban Shalom, and the Rabban Shalom is machser Nishmas Yisrael back here into Olam Hazeh. But says this Vasemes, the Rabban Shalom didn't just throw us back into Olam Hazeh and throw us back into the deep end and say, listen, you had that experience for one moment in time, and that was the one moment of time you felt at home, and now you need to go back to travel again. You need to go back into Olam Hazeh, back to being Mimikra. Says this Vasemes, what the Rabban Shalom did was Toiras Hashem Temima Meshivas Nefesh. The Torah of the Rabban Shalom brought us back, was Meshiv the Nefesh of Klal Yisrael that went back to its source. Torah Hashem Temima is Meshivas nafesh. Pirish ki al yedei Torah yesh la nefesh ha'oris haneshama gam ba'olam hazeh. The Baruch said, yes, I am sending you back into Olam Hazeh. I'm sending you back to be b'mikra, back to travel, back not to be in the place that you belong, but what I'm giving you is the key that wherever you are, wherever you find yourself physically or spiritually in the world, you have the ability to go ahead and reattach yourself to that moment of Matan Torah by going ahead and learning Torah. This was the comfort. This was the only way Klal Yisrael said, okay, Rabban Shem, we're willing to go back into Olam Hazeh if we know that you're going to give us the Torah, and the Torah allows us to be davuk to you at every moment. Klal Yisrael said, we're willing to go back down into Olam Hazeh. And Mamela says this Fasemes. This was the nechama that Klal Yisrael got, that allowed Klal Yisrael to be able to go back into Olam Hazeh. How does this have to do with the Golem? How does this have to do with the flag? Says this Fasemes, Ulechein nitu lahem the Golem. This is what the Rabban Shem said when I'm going to give you flags. Yimal Hashem kol mashal yisech. Not a desire for a simple flag to have a beautiful, colorful flag. Klal Yisrael wanted to go ahead. Ki ikr mashal yisech adam ba'olam hazeh leida amal nivra. What Klal Yisrael want? Klal Yisrael said, Rabban Shalom, we're wandering around, we're struggling, we're in Golos, we're in Olam Hazeh, we're here b'mikra. We don't know what we're here for. We don't know where we're supposed to go. We don't know what our mission statement is. And ikr mashal yisech adam ba'olam hazeh, the ikr desire of a yid in this world is leida amal nivra, to know what why was I created? Why am I here in Olam Hazeh? So when Klal Yisrael got sent back down to this world, they said, Rabban Shalom, you're going to send us back, but you need to give us a map. You need to let us know what our tachlis is, what your desire from us is by sending us back into Olam Hazeh, what our tikkun is going to be, what our avodah is supposed to be. And Klal Yisrael looked at the Malachi Asharis and they had a flag. Says this, what does a flag represent? A flag means you know what your mission statement is. You know what you're there for. You know which country you're part of. You know which area of the army, which part of the army you're part of. You know what your mission statement is, and if we can fly the flag with pride and say, this is what I'm attached to, and this is what my desire is, and this is where I hope to go ahead and I hope to head towards. Klal Yisrael saw the malachim. Klal Yisrael saw the clarity that the malachim were living with. The fact that they had a flag that every malach knew exactly what he was created for and what his tachlis was. And Klal Yisrael said, Rabban Hashem, you sent us back into Olam Hazeh. Go ahead and give us the flags. Not the physical flags, not the colorful flags, but give us the ability to be able to be makar esmakoimli, to know my place. So, but Olam Hazeh, iyav shaleda, rak kahoylech b'choshech. In Olam Hazeh, we're running around the choshech and we don't know what it is. Rak alidei ora Torah, nitul lahem de golem. It wasn't just at the moment of Matan Torah, the Hashem gave us flags. The Torah is the flag. The Torah gives us the ability to be able to know why we were created. What is the tachlis? How every yid is able to say, "B'shvi li nivra olam," the world is created for me, and I can go ahead and understand what my tachlis is, what my avodah is. A yid's able to say, Rabban Hashem, you gave me the Torah. The Torah is my flag. The same way all the little kids go ahead and they dance in Simchas Torah, waving the flags. Every yid has the flag. The flag is the Torah. The Torah goes ahead and it gives us the map. It goes ahead and lets us know what the tachlis is, what our avodah is, where we're supposed to head to. And we say, Rabban Hashem, you sent us back into this world, but you didn't send us back with nothing. You sent us back with the flag called the degel of Torah. Shehu siman of tziyurim. A degel is a siman, it's a tzir. Ladas olahavin kol echad sherish neshmasai, that every yid is able to know what his neshama's avodah is, why you were sent into this world, what it means to be davak to Rabban Hashem, and how to live down here in Olam Hazeh with the clarity of Matan Torah at every moment. This says this Fasemes. In Tafresh Nun Gimel is the avodah of the flags. Klal Yisrael didn't want simple flags. Klal Yisrael said, Rabban Hashem, we understand that there's a tachlis that makes sent down to this world, but we need to know what the tachlis is. We need to know what our avodah is. We need to know what the journey is supposed to look like. We need to know why we were created. Aman nivra umat tikkun amidaseh ba'olam hazeh. Rabban Hashem, give us a sign, give us the ability to be able to figure it out. Rabban Hashem says, I'm going to give you the Torah. The Torah is your flag. You want to be like the malachim, have the clarity to know why they're created? Look in the Torah. Go ahead and learn Torah. Go ahead and be involved in mitzvahs. Go ahead and be involved in what the Rabban Hashem says are the Taryag Eitzis is 613 pieces of advice to connect to him, and in that way you'll be able to know what your tachlis is. The Marsham should help us that we should be zeicha. This shvuas to go ahead and to recognize that every yid receives his own flag. It's a flag with its own colors, a flag with its own picture, a flag that's tailor-made for you that lets you know what your mission is. How do you find that flag? Look in the Torah. Go ahead and understand the Torah. Go and look in the Torah, learn the Torah, delve into the Torah, in the Ashkafa, in the Musar, in the Chasidus, in the Avodah, in the Torah, in the mitzvahs. Go ahead and learn the Torah. Go ahead and find yourself in the Torah. Every yid is an ice in the Torah. When he is able to find his flag, his ice, his mission, then we'll all be able to proudly fly our flags and be able to be like the Malachim and be able to re-experience that Avodah of Matan Torah. The Rabban Hashem should help, that we should feel that desire. Like the Sfasama says that the Iker B'Shalas Ha'adam, Ba'olam Hazeh, this is the Iker desire of a yid in this world, is to know Aman Nivra. We should be able to feel that desire, and then Ritz Hashem to have Yimal Hashem Kol Mashalas Libchem L'Toiva, that the Rabban Hashem will go ahead and be Mamala, our Mashalai slave, and be able to go ahead and give us that flag to let us know what our desire, what our tachlis is, what our purpose is, and we'll be able to go ahead and proudly fly the flag by knowing what our tachlis is. Have a great Shabbos.